I really want to talk about the importance of knowing your testosterone number, not just going by your doctor telling you that you are normal, because just like we talk about the thyroid, there is normal and then there is optimal. So my name is Amie Hornaman. For those of you who don't know me, I own Amie Hornaman Nutrition and Functional Medicine. I'm a functional medicine practitioner specializing in thyroid conditions and hormone dysregulation, whether it is in women or in men. So let's chat. Let's do a quick review and then we're going to talk numbers. So again, in the last video, we talked about the importance of the thyroid, knowing your thyroid lab values, knowing that they are optimal, not just normal. That's a whole talk in and of itself. And then how the thyroid can affect insulin levels, driving insulin resistance. High insulin will then increase fat stores, which will increase estrogen and bring down your testosterone lab value, your total number. So this is going to be a game changer for you, and you can probably hear the excitement in my voice. The latest introduction, the latest member of the family to the Fixxr line is Metabolism Fixxr. And this, oh my God, I formulated this just for all my people out there that need to lose weight, that need help in the weight loss department, that can't lose weight no matter what they do, that feel like they have a slow metabolism. And it might be thinking of trying all those peptides out there, you know, the Beverly Hills soccer mom drug of choice for weight loss peptides. Or even if you're on them already and you're like, man, these are really expensive and I'm still not losing weight, add in Metabolism Fixxr. Here's what I did. I took the power of T2, which increases your basal metabolic rate while you are sitting there watching Netflix. You're burning fat while you're watching Netflix. I combined it with a very unique patented ingredient called Suppressa. Suppressa has multiple clinical trials backing its efficacy in reducing your appetite, decreasing snacking, and providing way more control over your food intake. It is amazing. We also see improved emotional well-being, just decreased food cravings all around, reduced hunger, and weight management. Add on top of that, we have green tea extract, we have purple forest purple tea extract, both of which affect the metabolism in a very positive way without the jitters of normal fat burning supplements out there from the 1980s and 90s, right? The ones that made you feel like you're having a heart attack. You will not have that in any of my supplements, Thyroid Fixxr or Metabolism Fixxr. But Metabolism Fixxr, ooh, yeah, we kicked it up a notch. It is in powder form, so you can drink it through your day. It's going to flavor your water. We got orange crush and refreshing citrus. I love them both. It is going to keep you under control all day long. So you throw a couple scoops in your water bottle in the morning, throw a scoop or two in your water bottle throughout the day. You will have fat burning and appetite control the entire day for what? An eighth of a price of the peptides? Oh my God, you can't go wrong. So grab some Metabolism Fixxr today. Please let me know how you do on it. I am super excited for you. Super excited. Now, there are many other conditions, situations, environmental effects that can lower testosterone as well. The thyroid also affects hormones. So even independent of insulin, the thyroid can affect hormones and lower testosterone, raise estrogen. And the symptoms of low T, also called hypogonadism, is weight gain, low energy, low libido, depressed mood, loss of muscle mass, just the loss of desire to even go to the gym, which then of course is going to drive up more fat stores. And then we come over to the high estrogen, and high estrogen will lower your testosterone. But the important part of this video, I want to talk about the lab range. So on most labs, now this can vary just a little bit. I've seen 225, I've seen 280 as the starting point. But in most labs, they go from, testosterone will go from 250 to 1100. And for males, let me preface that is for males. Now, men, when you get your testosterone levels checked, you should always go before 9 a.m. Now, this is assuming that you're not working third shift. You have to go by your circadian rhythm. So it's best to get your testosterone levels checked first thing in the morning upon waking. So if you're doing third shift, it's your waking time, your morning. But in general, for most, it is before 9 a.m. And you don't have to go fasted unless, of course, they're doing other tests like a comp metabolic panel, checking your blood sugar, insulin, lipids, all of that. But it doesn't have to be fasted, but you do want to go in the morning because that's when we get an accurate reading of your true testosterone level. Testosterone is the highest in the morning. So if you go later in the day and you come back low, we don't know if that's just because of a gradual decline throughout the day or if that is your true low number. So you want to go first thing. Now, the issue that I find is many men are being told that they are normal with a testosterone level of 250, 255, 260, 265. I've had patients come in with bottom of the barrel numbers, and I mean across the board age-wise. I'm not talking about men in their 70s coming in with this. And men, if you are in your 70s, you don't have to walk around with a testosterone value that is low because that's not quality of life whatsoever. But I see this in as young as 20, 19 and 20, believe it or not, and all the way up to 60s and 70s, and then going all the way through the ranks. I've had 30 and 40-year-olds with low T. I've had 50-year-olds with low T. I've had 60 and 70-year-olds with low T because you shouldn't be this low. We have to go by optimal and where you are going to feel your best. Now that varies with your age. So let's say I do have a patient that is 21 and has low testosterone. So his optimal value probably is around 800, 900, 1,000. That's going to be optimal for somebody that young. And he was actually diagnosed clinically low, meaning he was below 250. So imagine how he felt. But we're getting his number up now. I've had other patients that come in at, let's say they're in their 40s and they still come in at 270, 280, and they're being told by their physicians that they are completely normal. And that is simply not the case. So someone in their 40s, we would want you most likely around 600, 700, 800, depending on your activity level. Of course, we would pair that up with some dietary changes, looking at environmental effects. There are dietary things that we can do as well to lower your estrogen so that if you do go on testosterone replacement therapy for low T, which I do recommend because this is affecting your health, guys. This is not just about quality of life. It's about quantity and quality, both. But when you go on testosterone replacement therapy, sometimes estrogen levels rise. So rather than using an aromatase inhibitor or an estrogen blocker, we can do dietary things that support this process as well. So depending on the age will depend on where your optimal is. But I can tell you your optimal is not anywhere between 250 and 300. And it's probably not 350. And it's probably not 400. And even 450 kind of seems low. So we have to find what your optimal is paired up with your age. But I can tell you that most men feel better over 600 at least, no matter what your age. Now, like I said, of course, if you're in your 20s, you're not going to feel good at 600. We need you a little bit higher than that. So testosterone replacement therapy, the same as I talk about thyroid hormone replacement therapy, you have to think about you are replacing hormones that are no longer being properly made by your body for whatever reason. So men with hypogonadism, it can be genetic, it can be environmental. There are a variety of, it could come back to the thyroid that we need to balance that. It can be the food that you eat, the excess body fat that you're carrying, insulin resistance. There's so many different factors that we look at. But the bottom line is we have to treat. We have to get that number up. So it's about optimizing the whole system all the way around properly and getting you into an optimal range for your testosterone. Now, like I said, and I'll try to make this video brief, right? I talked about the symptoms of low T. Now, the symptoms of low T very much look like the symptoms of hypothyroidism as well. So we have to rule out both and treat both. That's very, very important. And the symptoms of low T will oftentimes be what you see first. And you don't even realize that low testosterone is also affecting your cardiovascular system. So you are more at risk for heart disease. If you have heart disease or cardiovascular disease in your family, you are at a greater risk of developing that and having heart issues if you are walking around with low testosterone. So the group that I work with and that I love is Regenesis HRT Erie. I will put a link to reach out to them in the comments section above. Men, it is so important that you get tested and then you get a good set of eyes on your numbers to get you into the optimal range. So if you are one of my patients and we work together first and I find that you have low T, I will most likely refer you to Regenesis HRT Erie because they will treat you properly. They're not going to go by this silly standard lab value range and tell you that you're normal if you're coming in at a 250, 260, 270, 300, 350, 375, all of that good stuff. So we want you optimal. So feel free to reach out to me. I would love to work with you guys. We do the whole picture in functional medicine. We do nutrition, we do environmental, we look at your thyroid, we look at your insulin, we balance all of that. And most importantly, looking at your hormones, how they're functioning, and do you or do you not have low testosterone. Okay. Thank you so much for listening to the Thyroid Fix podcast. As always, please share this with anyone that you know that needs this information. And I guarantee you there's a lot of people out there and in your life who do. And if you would please take a moment to write a review on Apple Podcasts, that would be much appreciated. I read all of them and I'll even read some on the air. Actually, I'll read all of them on the air because I appreciate it that much. Also, please remember that anything that you hear on this podcast is not intended to diagnose or treat. So you always want to check with your doctor about any advice given that you hear on this podcast. And if you would like to book a discovery call, a free discovery call, to go over everything that's going on with you and to go over how I can help you, please go to my website at amiehornaman.com. The link is always in the show notes. And click on book a call. Choose a time and a day that's right for you. And we will see how we can help you. Thanks for listening.